today we're going to be making this cute gnome ornament. I have made different versions of this over the years. At one point, my first thing I did was a magnet, which is super fun and cute. Then I have tried to do it to where it was double layered, which I'm not super fond of this one. But this is the winner, and this is an adorable gnome ornament, and I'm going to show you how to make this today. And you could make a version of this as a magnet and just glue a magnet onto the back. That would be up to you, but we're going to go over the instructions. So what we're going to need is we're going to need these wooden nickels is what they're called, but they're 1.5 inch by 1/8 inch, and that's the size I'm using for the base of the gnome head. And then I have these furniture buttons. They're 1/4 inch, and this is what I'm using for the nose. I have twine. That's what we're using for the hanger. Felt strips in your color of choice. These are the colors that I have on hand. And then you'll need some faux hair. I got all of this stuff at Hobby Lobby, so this is the faux fur. I have a white and a gray, and then I also have just a white. This isn't bad. It was $2.99 for the sheet of it. And then you're going to need a glue gun and glue sticks and a pair of scissors. Now this next one is optional, but I'm using my own template here on how to cut the felt and the beard out. And what I did is I'm going to have these on a blog post for you, and I might have some more information on here by the time this is posted. But I have the length of your string, and then I have your hat shape and your beard shape. And then like on mine, I have which side's supposed to go first and where. So I will probably end up putting that on here for you, but you'll have this option to print it out and to utilize it. Otherwise, again, that's only going to work though with this size disc. If you are using something else, then you're going to have to figure out the measurements on your own. So this time around, I'm going to be using the green felt, and you're going to need a pen. So this is the hat. So I'm going to take, actually I'm going to go to this side. So I'll take my hat template, and it's straight across the bottom, and it's straight on this little corner. So I'm just going to take this and create an outline, and I'm just using a regular pen. If you're wanting a darker color fabric and your pen's not showing, you can either use a lighter pen or just cut it straight with this template on it. Okay. Then we'll cut this out. I have these little white hairs all over the place from the beards. Okay, so I have my hat cut out. And now I'm going to do my beard. This time I'm going to use this faux fur. I think it's cute. You do want to be careful. These are stapled in, so you don't want to hurt yourself here. Oh wait, so there is going to be a top section and a way your hair is going. So you want to make sure that when you're going to cut this out, that you're cutting it out appropriately. I like to start at the bottom because it makes life easier. You may have to trim up some of your hairs, but basically if I start at the bottom, my hair already goes past this fabric line here. If you're going to cut in the middle, then you would want to trace up higher than where your hair is cut, so that way you can have a gap here where you can trim off this backing and have this excess hair just hanging over and giving that cool hair effect. So for this though, because I'm using the bottom, I can kind of show you what I'm talking about right here. So I've already cut here, so this hair is kind of coming off and isn't overlapped. So I would trace up here and trim this off, and then what that's going to do is give me a new hairline. I think that makes more sense, being able to see it. All right, so now I'm going to take my beard, and this is going to be the skinny part, the bottom part, so that's where I'm going to want to put this. And then this part right here is going to be the top that is attached. So you want your hair growing out right here. I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know if I'm able to see this pen mark. Not really. Okay, I'm just going to cut this out. Rotate it to make my life easier here. Make sure my paper is back where it's supposed to be. And then I'll rotate again. Reline this up where it's supposed to be. So now we have our beard. Doesn't look like much right now, but it'll be amazing. So now we're going to take our disc, and here we are going to want to take and glue this on in the center. And I want it to go about, realized I'm not on camera, there you go. I want to go about 2/3 of the way up. So I'm going to take this and create my line and then fill in a little bit. And then I can place this down. So that's about 2/3 of the way up the circle. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to glue this side on. And we want it to kind of come in and over, pulling tight up here where we can. I'll tell you something I did not think about was the fact that this has all the variegating coloring and I'm losing pieces of the hair, so I'm curious how that's gonna turn out on here. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I need to bring this over. So I'm gonna glue up here a little bit. I'm gonna glue back here and just kind of give a little bit of space here for this to glue onto it. Okay, now we're gonna take this and we're gonna fold it. Ow, that's hot. Me and glue guns, man, I always do that. Fold it up. We're creating kind of a, just trying to create a point down here. I don't want to pull all this loose hair off yet. I want it to try to work together here. And it's going to get attached better when we add our hat on. So this is very floofy, very hair all over the place, but it's going to come together. Okay. So now we're going to take our hat, and I have it to where this is the left side and this is the right for the back, and then that's the center. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the front of this and I'm going to add glue to the wood, kind of in this hair seam right here and over the hair. And this is what's going to help this stay put. If you have really stubborn hair, just pull it out. Okay. So now, this is going to go down just a little bit of overhang here and push down. Not super hard, but you want it to be pushed down. I will say this darker hair is much floofier than the white hair. Okay, so now we're going to take this and we are doing this side first, this right side. And it's kind of going to come up. Oh, guys, I almost blew it. The first thing I need to do before this cools down. Oh, it's already there. We're good. I need to add the string in the center on the back. Okay. Crisis averted here. Okay. So now we're going to fold this up and kind of onto there. We want this to kind of meet in this corner up here, and we're going to fold this over. Well, not quite the corner, in the middle, because that is the right spot. So now what I'm going to do to help my life be a little easier is on this twine right here, I'm just going to put a dab of hot glue and have that folded in. So now we've got to get this side glued in. So now we're going to take glue over here and we're going to take glue kind of up the seam. And we're going to take this, watching your fingers very closely here, and really fold this in. Hold it down for a second. If you have any weird hairs coming out of the seam, you do want to pull that out now because it will get stuck in the glue. So now we have the front of our gnome. And the last thing we have to do is put on a little button nose. And I like to just put it straight on here. If you're prone to burn yourself, you can put it on the hair, but I like to get rid of the strings before I place it down. And I'm going to take this and I'm really going to push it in to this hair onto the wood. And just like that, you have an adorable gnome. Now, if you want to, if you went too wide right here, you can open up this base and you're going to see where your seams come together here, your layers. Try not to have a bunch of hairs in here. And you're going to add some glue in. And then take this and squeeze it together into that point to try to help it stay together. So it's a preference thing. You don't have to do that. But isn't that adorable? I love it. It's so easy. I think the combinations are fun. I didn't get these little poof balls this time, and I kind of wish I would have now. I got buttons, but I didn't really like how the buttons looked. Let's see if I can get a button out to show you. So I don't know. Guess we could do a button, but that's kind of what I had, but I kind of like it better plain. So I'm just leaving it plain. But you can do it how you want to. But these are super fun. They're not that hard. It's really just getting the gist of how everything lays out. And so I think having these cutouts are going to be helpful. But I hope that you try these. Let me know if you do. Make sure to tag me on Instagram or Facebook, the Padilla Family Homestead. And I would love to see how yours turn out, what color choices you go with, and how you creatively make these your own. And we will see you on the next video.